Hey guys, this is Barney, and what I've got for you today is a rush attack on Harvest Day. But before I would talk about the main topic of this video, which is what I would like to see in Battlefield 3, let me warn you first that you won't see me arming a lot of objectives in this game. And as unusual as it is for me, I've had a good reason for that, because we had two full squads of Hungarians in this game, and I was confident that my teammates are going to be able to arm and destroy the objectives by themselves. So it kind of gave me a chance to lay back a bit, act as a mobile spawn point, and I was also trying to distract the defenders as much as possible, so they were busy trying to get revenge kills on me instead of going after my teammates. Shut up, Wookie, I'm trying to do a commentary here. So this technique can be really useful if you have a competent team to back you up. If you're playing with crappy teammates or you're playing with randoms, then I wouldn't recommend using this technique. Then you definitely have to go for the objectives yourself, and you can never really trust Smurfs or blueberries or however you want to call them, because most of the time they're practically useless. But if you have some really good teammates, then you can try to go and distract the defenders instead of going for the objectives yourself, because that way you can make your teammates' job a hell of a lot easier. Now let's move on to what I would like to see in Battlefield 3, or rather what I would like to see unchanged in Battlefield 3. Because there are a lot of things that I love about Bad Company 2 and all the other Battlefield games that shouldn't be changed in any way. And the first one is the core Battlefield formula. What I mean by that is that Battlefield has always been about, huge open maps and a lot of strategic teamwork, and it has never been about, trying to get 720 no-scopes and epic quad sprays. And I hope all of you know what kind of game I'm talking about. But Battlefield has never been a lone wolf type of game, and I think that's what has given it such a longevity, and that's why we keep coming back playing this game over and over again. And Battlefield has so much variety, in fact, in my opinion, that I could even be playing it on a single map for months. And I've probably played the demo, which only had one map, Port Valdez, not even the best map in the game. I've played the demo for probably 150 hours in the first month, so I think that says a lot about how much variety the Battlefield can offer. So I hope that they're not gonna continue the trend that they've started with Vietnam, and also a little bit with Bad Company 2, because if you played the older Battlefield games, even Bad Company 1, then you know that most of the maps in all Battlefield games were a lot bigger. Harvest Day, perfect case in point. This was the average size of a Battlefield map in the old games. And if you look at some of the maps in Bad Company 2, like White Pass and for instance Vantage Point, which is just a terrible map in my opinion. Those are some really tight choke point filled maps, and I think they're kind of a disgrace to Battlefield, so I wouldn't like to see any kind of those maps in Battlefield 3. And the other thing is the bullet damage. If you have played the old Battlefield games, you know that it took 10, sometimes even 15 bullets to take an enemy, and that was a little bit too much, and I think they've nailed it in Bad Company 2. Bad Company 2 is probably the perfect balance. It takes 5 to 6 bullets to kill an enemy, so it has that kind of a Rambo effect, which means that although your chances are very slim, sometimes you can take down 4 or 5 enemies at once, and it makes for some really spectacular moments. But the game is still not about getting those huge epic multi-kills. It is still about working together with your team, and that's what we all love about this game, I think. Now another thing that I would like to see are some new game modes. Not that Conquest or Rush is boring a tiny bit, no, not at all. But some of the old modes like Titan, which was only featured in Battlefield 2142, could make their way into Battlefield 3 in a different form. And if you don't know what Titan was like, it was a different form of Conquest. Both teams had a mothership, and basically all the players were fighting against 5 rocket silos, which were located on the ground. And these rocket silos fired a rocket every 90 seconds, so you had to capture them in order to take down the shields of the enemy's ship. And once the shields were gone, you could board the enemy ship and destroy it from the inside. So, you know, you had the huge open environment on the ground and some really dense and tight environments aboard the ships. So it made for some really enjoyable and long games, and I would like to see the return of that mode in a different form, obviously, that makes a little bit more sense in the modern environment. That would be really cool. I would also like to see that Magnum ammo and body armor don't make their way into Battlefield 3, because they're basically a must for any player. If you don't use any of them, then you put yourself at a huge disadvantage. So actually, one thing that Black Ops has made a lot better from Modern Warfare 2 is that they've excluded Juggernaut and Stopping Power, so I hope that DICE does the same. And one thing that I would like you guys to do is to list all your Battlefield 3 wishes in the comments below, because what I will do is that every wish that is kind of a common thing. So if you have, most of you list the same things, then I'm gonna post them on the Don't Revive Me forums, and we're gonna send them to DICE. So hopefully, you know, they will pay attention to those requests, and we'll be able to make a few changes before the game is released. And I think if there is one developer who pays a lot of attention to its user base, then it is definitely DICE. So I think that's all I wanted to talk about today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure you write down all of your Battlefield 3 wishes in the comments, and I'll talk to you soon. See you guys. Cheers.